Cancer, here are your weekly tarot messages. Let's see what the cards have to say for Cancer. There it is. Personal growth, number 7. Neptunian number. Very spiritual in nature, but let's see what else comes up with that. Let's see. Transformation, the Selkie Moon. They're not kidding, okay? The cards are being pretty straightforward with this reading. You are transforming as a person. You're changing. You're growing. I'm going to see more into why, but if it's the Selkie Moon, it's authenticity, which does feel similar to Gemini's reading, but yeah, feeling real. Feeling like it's your true form. That's interesting. Wow, okay. Hold on. 9 of Swords, right? But what came out of it is the 9 of Wands in reverse. Interesting combination. Personal growth in mentality. Also, sorry, I just yelled so loud. Freeing yourself from fear. What? 7 of Cups with the 4 of Wands together. I'm not trying to take all these cards, but dang. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Pentacles. These are rough cards. Very rough. And you know what I'm thinking is you can't make a diamond without pressure, right? And a rough environment. I know that's such a silly thing to say. Everybody says it, right? But yeah, that's you. You're the diamond. You've been compressed, you know, you've been pushed to your limit. You are rough around the edges a little bit, but you're beautiful. You're rare. You're hard to find. You're hard to make. A person like you is not someone who goes through an easy journey. That's what I want to say. So because of that, there's the personal growth, right? That means that it's a constant thing. It's a daily thing to grow as a person, to change as a person, to transform, to transform, to transform. And then there's the other side of that almost, the other extreme to that. That gets exhausting, I'm sure. That gets tiring. These are cards asking you to rest, to recoup, to recover, to just come back to oneself, to call all parts of yourself back to you, which can mean bringing up some painful memories. It can mean bringing up some painful thoughts, but those memories and thoughts need to come back to you. All right, that's what I want to say. There's a lot that you've been holding in. Almost like there's a situation maybe where you've had to be the, I don't know, like the bigger person or the strong one, the strong silent one. You can't do that all the time, Cancer. That's what these cards are saying. Sometimes you gotta just, waterfall it out, release it. You're questioning something. You're questioning something. A lot of this, I'm going to be honest, a lot of this transformation feels like inner child stuff, but what is this about? Yeah, let's get the High Priestess coming out with that. Interesting. The High Priestess is coming out with this 9 of Swords. This is a very specific message. Dreams, I know I've been preaching this for years. Dreams are so informative, right? Because they give us information about what's going on in our subconscious mind. So if you have a lack of sleep, you can't dream. The mind can't fully shut down for a minute. There's something here about just, you're going to burn out, Cancer. Intuitively, you know something. And intuitively, you're anxious or nervous about something, and you know something. You know. You know. You know what's bothering you and why it's bothering you. Five of Cups. Seven of Wands. That's a lot of attack. Yeah, cornered by a slithering horde on the Eon old plans of Narthon. Does she have a secret weapon? That's what that says there. Number 7. This is the Sci-Fi Tarot. That's why I'm reading the messages. So, excuse me, I just had a hiccup. Man, that's a lot of... That's what I'm saying. It's almost like... Yeah, everyone has a limit, Cancer. Everyone has their limit. Yours is about to be pushed. You're about to burn out. She knows what must be done, and she isn't afraid to do it. Queen of Swords. There's no confusion here. You got to stop procrastinating some kind of decision. You got to stop putting that Knight of Swords in the end. When the world needed a warrior, he stepped into the breach. So, taking action. Fast taking action. Fast thinking action. I think you've been hanging on. Ooh, you've been hanging on to the devil? Yeah, look, you're not indecisive. You know what to, you know what to do. There's something here where it's really just a strong message of you've transformed into this person that knows things. And when a person is backed into a corner, you're in between a hard and a rock place right now, right? When a person is backed into a cornered, who knows what can happen? Especially someone who's been pushed this far. Sit with it this week. Okay, Cancer? And then do something about it. I hope this helped. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.